in Windsor, and I'm putting this up. This is um, kind of out of it myself because of what they're pouring in. I put up here, I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 41, brought to Lawrence County, Alabama, Moulton, given the name of a twin, Peggy and Dempsey. I married at Childers. Now then, other than finding out about my kidnapping, I wrote a book back in 78. It was about mind control murders, and Larry Flint was one of them that was shot nearby Lawrenceville, Georgia. I lived in Marietta. And the person was programmed to shoot him, and the judge and his attorney was killed. Later on, I'd never met Mr. Flint. He flew me out during a campaign in '83 to replace Congressman Dr. Larry McDonald, doctor from Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta, who I had written about. Now it is a lot happened to me. I'm leaving out, but bad things. But anyway, fast forward to August the 31st of '83, and Larry McDonald went down in that KL that was shot down. It supposedly he did. So Larry Flint flew me out there in the campaign and helped in the campaign. I haven't seen him since. He furnished me a car for a year. But that was just one of them. John Lennon, while I worked at the district attorney's office in Huntsville in 1980, John Lennon was shot by Mark David Chapman. Even the former governor of Minnesota, Ventura, Jesse Ventura, the wrestler, told on HLN that I don't know where he got his information, but that John Lennon was a programmed shooter. Mark David Chapman was. So anyway, this gets into a list, and it goes on, but they're done in patterns, and some of them can be proven. And I came to Roanoke, and I've lived a really rough life, and now then, I'm going to get this on here now. The cops came up here this morning because I'm being run out of Roanoke. I haven't committed a crime. They've been ongoing, like the FBI letter said, that it was ongoing national security involved. Well, it's ongoing the torture of me that's been allowed to happen. Now then, I simply came here. I've been here before, and they use I'm allergic to chemicals, toxic fumes and chemicals. Well, anybody's allergic to or would die from carbon monoxide, and that's what they've put in here today. So anyway, nobody does anything about it. In fact, when I went to say something at the office, there was a cop standing there. This is true. I put all this up. If I get my things together and go out to the forest to have a place to be, you're going to have a Botetourt cop and Eric Smith out there ready to arrest me. I haven't committed a crime, but they get away with it. And this cop wasn't to protect me up here this morning. She's to protect them because they're told to do what they do, and they get away with it. It's orchestrated. When I came here, it was after then. There's three that are Morgan Harrington's parents are really influential here, and I've put this up. But this one and the Alexis Murphy and the Hannah Graham can be proven. The Jesse Matthews is in prison. He pleaded guilty because he wouldn't face the death penalty. There's a whole list of them, and Mr. Flint is just one. There's some movie stars, Robin Williams, that was murdered and all this, using mind control. So why isn't your congressman telling about it? They know. Why aren't they telling about my kidnapping and the laws committed against me and my country and my children? And by the way, I wanted to mention this. There's a young fella in Great Britain, a little baby, who's dying. Now then, the United States has sent two doctors over there going to help him because they don't have the money. Isn't that strange that they can be doing all this to me, the United States, and they've taken down Great Britain? They celebrate the 4th of July. In fact, that's what was going on when I pulled in here, paying a cab to bring me here to have a place to stay. So they look like the good guy, like when they invaded Great Britain and took down my father. They take down leaders that aren't in their best interest, the United States. So they delete the truth, just like all of it's been done. And people go on living the good life like they're the good guys when they're the cold-blooded killers. There's not a person that doesn't know it. So I'll let it go there. But the press has covered all of the 2 American doctors going over. Like, oh, they're so good-hearted and saving. And I wish they could take a look at my life, what you've done to me, America, and you're still doing. And a little note, this one's sitting out front here. She's married to a black guy. She's from Georgia. She's got a baby. I've done nothing to them. I was the one fighting for Save the Next Girl. That's what Morgan Harrington's mother got going, and she knows the truth about the murders. And Jesse Matthews is paying for the crime. He's innocent. But I'm going to say this now. I've had my fill of being tortured because I told the truth. I don't care about Jesse Matthews. I wouldn't save any of these people. Not anymore. They treat me like the criminal, just like what's happened here now. So I'm going to have to run again, and I don't know where to if I can. Because they're running me out of Roanoke because I told the truth, and they don't like to hear about mind control, something you can't see. Even the cops here that know the truth got together and they paraded all over Roanoke about help save the next girl. It's not help save the next girl, it's help save the next baby, the next father, or soldiers, because they can do it in mass. And it's not just with rifles or guns, it's with whatever they choose, the programmers, to program into you. Like the guy that left his baby in the car in Cobb County. He forgot the baby while he was under mind control, and he was told to. But I have been slammed in the face and tortured all my life, and I simply told the truth, and I was kidnapped and brought here, money and all. And I'm sitting watching her sit out there in front, and they're the ones that did it, the carbon monoxide. And her baby's inside. She's drinking a beer, sitting there, flouncing around, and I can't even have a cup of coffee or a Coke.